What is going on, guys? TheWaffle here, and welcome to the channel update for March of 2021. Now, I'll start this off by giving some shoutouts to members of the Syrup Squad for supporting the channel over the past month. So first off, a big thank you to all of our Syrup Squad Gold members for this month. Crazy Lobster, Smoke Cocoa Beans, Alice Preston, The Doctor, Panda Nelson, Mr. Parakeet, Mork F, Victoria Lynn, and XX Charlie Princess XX Uwu. Thank you guys all very much for your extra support at the Syrup Squad Gold level. And a big thank you to all of our Syrup Squad Silver members, Crazy Jake Michael, Alessandro Veterazzi, Metalhead Plays, The Games Master, Immobile Ocean Games, Monk Henry, Wolf City, and Sky the Kid. Thank you guys all very much for your support at the Syrup Squad Silver level. And of course, a big thank you to all of our Syrup Squad Bronze members, Samuel Simpson, Berg the Burger, Double Striker X, Valiant Virgo 1804, Bubblegum, Nobody, Itabaito 13, Keith Dombrowski, SX Coda, Rocky, Dragon Fruit, Jose Tabone, and Golden Tyrex. Thank you guys all very much for supporting the channel at the Syrup Squad Bronze level. Hopefully I pronounced everyone's names correctly, or at least close to correctly. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, well, what is the Syrup Squad? Well, the Syrup Squad is a group of people who directly support the channel, and in return get exclusive perks. And if you join the Syrup Squad, you can get these perks too, including a thank you / shoutout in my monthly channel update videos. Your name gets credited at the end of every video for an entire month. You get an exclusive badge next to your name and comments that gets better the longer that you're a member. You get access to custom emojis you could use in comments and in live chat. You get access to our Syrup Squad only Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Syrup Squad about pretty much anything. You get to ask a question and get it answered in the next month's channel update video. You get an exclusive discount off of merch. You get to watch exclusive members only videos. And of course, you'll be directly supporting the channel, helping me be able to continue to make videos for you guys on a daily basis. So if you're not a member of the Syrup Squad and you want to become a member, simply go to my channel and click the join button, or if you don't see a join button, you can always go to the video description. There's a link down there you can click, and then from there you can join the Syrup Squad for as low as 99 cents per month, or your country's equivalent currency. So if you guys enjoy the channel and want to help keep things running, consider becoming a member of the Syrup Squad to directly support the channel. And that's going to be it for all the Syrup Squad shoutouts for this month. Now we can move on to the perk updates for members of the Syrup Squad. So we've got a couple minor perk updates for members this month. I actually updated both the badges and the emotes very slightly. So now the badges are: a new member, you get a little waffle icon next to your name. After 1 month, it turns into a little crescent moon. After 2 months, it turns into a little Earth. 6 months, it turns into a ringed planet like Saturn. After 12 months, it turns into a little star like the sun. And then after 24 months, 2 years, you get a little galaxy badge next to your name, which is really cool. And what I basically did was I removed the 1 month meteor badge. It kind of looked like a meteor with like a little trail behind it, you know. And I shifted everything down and then added the 12-month sun badge. So the longer that you're a member, the bigger your badge becomes, basically. Starting out with a little waffle and eventually growing into a galaxy. So that's kind of a little philosophy behind the little badges here on my channel, if you guys didn't know. And also I tweaked the colors a little bit to make them pop a little bit more. So that's basically all I did with the badges for this month. I also updated the emotes. I even talked about this briefly in Slime Rancher, where I removed some of the emotes that really never really got used. I said really a lot right there. And I re-added the demonetized emote. We had that for a short period of time, maybe a year or so ago. And then I made it red as well to make it stand out a little bit more and help signify that it's a negative thing. Then I also added a Keck W waffle emote, you know, with that guy that's like laughing and like the one tooth, and I gave him like a little waffle skin too. You can barely see it, but he's a little waffle guy. Then I added a Poggers waffle emote, which is the same thing, like the Pog champ guy going like, ooh. And of course he's got like a waffle texture skin thing for him too. And of course I added the slime waffle emote, which is basically what a little waffle slime would look like in Slime Rancher, which is really, really cute. I love it. So hey, if you guys are interested in using these emotes, be sure to join the Syrup Squad like I mentioned earlier in the video. And if you do that, you'll be able to use these emotes in comments, and you'll be able to see a smiley face whenever you start a comment, which is where you can actually add these emotes, which is really, really cool. So consider becoming a member so you can support the channel and you get access to other cool stuff like these emotes, the badges, and a bunch of other stuff. Anyways, that's going to be it for all the perk updates for this month. Now we can move on to the Syrup Squad Q&A and answer some questions directly from the Syrup Squad. So our first question this month comes from Mork F, and they ask, can you do Minecraft dragons? It's kind of like you're a Viking, and it's kind of like roleplay dragons and stuff like that, and there are different plans and stuff like that. Would you ever do a series like that? You can get Minecraft Comes Alive mod or NPC mod. Well, honestly, I'm not really too interested in doing Minecraft modded these days. Like, I played a lot of it years ago and got really burnt out on it because I just played so much of it, you know? And I'm just having more fun right now playing a bigger variety of games. Like, I know Minecraft is probably one of the most versatile games out there. Like, you could play and do so many different things in it. But I've made actually thousands of Minecraft videos, and I played it for like 7 or 8 years straight, and eventually wanted to move on and play some other stuff. Like, I feel like if I started up another Minecraft modded series, I'd eventually not like doing it, and it would just end up abandoned like my Minecraft Jurassic World or Blightfall series. So, you know, if I did return to modded Minecraft, I'd like to at least return to those two series and finish them up before starting something new, but who knows when that could be. And I still have the game saves and the mod packs and everything for them too. I even tested it out pretty recently just to see if they still work, and yeah, they both still work. It's just a matter of if, you know, I myself feel like going back, because I know there's a lot of people out there who want me to come back to Minecraft Jurassic World and Blightfall, finish those up, and of course start other modded Minecraft series like yourself. But you know, it's always up to whether or not I feel like going back, and you know, I just don't feel like going back, and I don't want to go back if I don't feel like it, because I won't like it. So it wouldn't translate to a good playthrough if I did it that way, you know. So it's all just a matter of time whether or not I feel like going back. And honestly, like I said earlier, I really like the bigger variety of different games I'm playing now compared to playing, you know, the same game just in a variety of different ways, you know, with mod packs and custom maps and all that kind of stuff, you know. So never say never with that, but you know, if I'm going to return to Minecraft modded, I'd like to at least return back to Minecraft Jurassic World and Blightfall, finish those up first before I start anything brand new like that though. But thank you very much for the suggestion. And our next question comes from the Human El Momo bot version 1.999 on our Discord server, and they ask, who's your favorite artist, music or otherwise? You know, I really don't have, you know, favorites in that regard. I tend to listen to whatever Spotify is just recommending for me that day, you know, hearting the songs that I like and checking out an artist if I'm that much more interested in them. If I had to think of one who would be considered my favorite, though, at least right now, it'd probably be Galimatias, because, you know, recently, like I mentioned last month, I usually listen to his latest album all in like one go pretty regularly, so, you know, that's something I very rarely do. So if I had to think of who's my current favorite artist right now, it'd probably be Galimatias. But I usually don't just stick to like a singular artist or a singular like band or anything like that, you know. And most of the time I just listen to random stuff on Spotify because, you know, I like discovering new music, and even music I never thought I'd be into, which is really cool. And I'm not sponsored by Spotify, by the way. And our next question comes from Legendary Bot version 4.26 on our Discord server, and they ask, would you ever get an Xbox? And if so, would you ever get the Game Pass subscription or EA access to have a wide array of available games to start series on if you didn't have any ideas after a current series ended? Nah, I don't really think so. Like, you know, there's no reason for me to really get an Xbox because I have a high-end gaming PC, and, you know, all the exclusive Xbox stuff, including Game Pass, are also available on PC, so, you know, there's no real reason for me to actually go out and get an Xbox. That's why sometimes, you know, over the past few months I've gotten comments from people saying, hey, are you going to get an Xbox Series X or S, or are you going to get a PS5? And I usually respond saying, I'm more likely to get a PS5 than a Xbox Series X, S, or X, because, you know, PS5 actually has exclusive games that I'd need to actually buy it for, while if Xbox had any exclusive stuff, it'd also be available on PC, so there's no reason for me, as a gaming PC owner, to really get an Xbox. And really, I don't even play that huge of a variety of games to warrant a Game Pass subscription right now anyways. Like, not to mention tons of games that I already own I haven't even recorded or even played yet. So, you know, I have a huge library of games I can play. I'm not really needing anything like Game Pass to get access to any new stuff, but, you know, if anything new comes out, I usually just tend to buy it outright if I'm that interested in it, you know? But a lot of the stuff I play on my channel usually lasts me months anyways, so I don't need to pay a monthly subscription fee to have access to a big library of games I won't even end up playing in the first place, right? So I'd rather just buy my games outright, or even get them from the publishers or developers if they want YouTubers to promote their game like that. And our next question comes from ParrotBot version 1.1.1 bug fix, and they ask, let us in on a tiny bit of YouTuber secrets. How much do you work or record a day, and how difficult is it for you, and what impact does being a YouTuber have on your overall health? Well, it all just depends on what I'm working on. Like, if I get really deep into a series like ARK or the recently ended Terraria, it usually means me doing more grinding and boring stuff off camera, which I usually tend to do between episodes and sometimes even during recordings. So that usually adds a lot of extra time on top of it, and even Slime Rancher is starting to get that way with me tending to my ranch between episodes to make sure everything's kept well enough for me to do an entire episode without have the whole ranch go to heck with me, doing a bunch of other stuff and not tending to the ranch and stuff like that, But most of my recording days, they usually consist of, like, first I'll usually just read through all the comments of the previous episode of what I'm about to record. Like, if I'm about to record a Slime Rancher episode, I usually go back to whatever the latest Slime Rancher episode was, read through all the comments, and I actually do mean all the comments, as well as, going through and manually approving the ones that are in the spam filter. But yeah, reading through all of them and taking notes on things that I think I'll need to know for that upcoming episode. And, that could take anywhere from, like, depending on how many comments I get and what I'm about to record, like maybe 5 minutes to maybe up to 20 minutes or something like that. And then after that, sometimes I'll need to do some off-camera research on some things, which I did a lot of that during Terraria, which itself, depending on what I'm looking up to make sure it's not fake news and whatnot, could be like 5 to maybe 30 minutes or something like that, depending on what I look up, like reading Wikipedia pages or reading forum posts or even watching videos on how something's done. That could usually take like 5 to 30 or so minutes. Then of course after that is all the off-camera grinding, which it could take anywhere from like, I'd say maybe 30 minutes to multiple hours, depending on what I'm doing. Like in ARK, a lot of that was me doing destroy all wild dinos and waiting for certain dinos to spawn back into my map, and if they don't spawn in, I do it again, and then hopefully they spawn back in again. That's where a lot of time went for ARK in these past few weeks. Slime Rancher, like I said, taking a lot of time off camera to tend to my ranch and make sure everything's well kept. I don't really do too much off-camera stuff for Cyberpunk just because there's so much stuff going on, like quests, side quests, and stuff like that. I usually do all that stuff on camera. The main stuff I cut out of that is just me, like, getting rid of stuff out of my inventory and stuff, selling it, crafting stuff, upgrading stuff. Some of the more boring, laborious stuff. I usually try and keep the action on camera for that series, so it's a lot more entertaining. And then, of course, after all the off-camera grinding comes the actual recording, which, depending on what I'm playing, could be like maybe like 1.5 times to 3 times the length of the final episode. It depends if I do a lot of off-camera grinding during the recording session. Sometimes I'll do that, like, in ARK, I'll be like, okay, I'll see you guys back at the base, or, oh, I'm gonna get this much stuff and I'll see you guys here in just a bit. That's when I'll end that little recording clip and do, like, I don't know, like 5, 10, 20 minutes worth of stuff, maybe upwards of an hour worth of stuff or something like that during the actual recording session, and then I'd come back and record some more stuff. So it's not like I record like a 4-hour raw recording or something like that every time I record. I usually just record them in a bunch of different clips and then combine them all together later whenever I edit. And something that really sucks is that sometimes I'll actually just be unhappy with how a recording ended up, and I'll have to re-record an entire episode. And I've done this maybe a few dozen times or something. It doesn't happen too often. It's just that sometimes, you just don't feel an episode went too well, and you want to make it more entertaining and more productive. And that's actually one reason why I actually make backups of my game worlds before and after each recording, which helps a lot with that. So, that could take a lot of extra time if I ever have to do that. And then, of course, after recording an episode, it's time to actually edit it, which usually takes about 2 times to 4 times the length of the raw footage. So depending on how much I actually recorded, this is the longest thing that I end up doing in terms of making a video. But a lot of the editing is what I like to consider like invisible, in that, I cut out a lot of stuff from the video to make my episodes kind of flow a little bit better, like me misspeaking or cutting out a lot of the boring footage. And then I do a little bit of visible editing as well, I guess you could call it, where I add like memes and like overlaying images for like context and zooming in and out on stuff. Doing all that stuff is why the editing time takes a lot longer than you may think. And I don't just upload my raw footage. I know I get some comments for some reason. Some people think that I actually do that. But honestly, if you ask me, sometimes good editing is just hard to notice. You can definitely overdo it to the point where it's overwhelming. And I feel like my editing's a good balance of trying to make things flow a little bit better, invisible editing. I guess you can call it, as well as the visible editing to, you know, where it's not too overwhelming, because I know some YouTube channels out there can be really overwhelming with their editing, and it can be like a headache trying to watch that. And I'm not trying to start drama here. I'm just saying I don't want my videos to end up like that. So that's why I don't try and overdo the editing. But of course, after the editing's done, which, like I said earlier, is the longest part of the process, rendering is probably the easiest part of the process, since I don't really have to do anything. I just have to let my computer do all that stuff. And if you guys don't know, the rendering process is when I actually export the video file from my editing program, you know, combining all the stuff together, all the audio, all the visuals and stuff like that. And this usually takes about like a third to maybe a half of however long the video is. So if the video is like a 40-minute video, it'll usually take like maybe 15 to 20 minutes or something like that max to render it. So that's nice. Usually I'm not even near the computer whenever it's doing this. I'm usually up doing something else. Sometimes I'm making food or eating food or something like that whenever this happens. Then of course after that comes the uploading, which is basically nothing because I've got gigabit fiber internet. So uploading giant 1440p 60 FPS videos that are usually about 10 plus gigabytes each only takes a couple of minutes, which is really good. The only frustrating part is when YouTube kind of gets stuck processing the video and I have to re-upload it, but other than that, it's not that big of a deal uploading the actual videos. As for my overall health though, yeah, I'm at a desk for a long time working on videos every day, or you know 6 days a week now that I've got that one day off. But to kind of counteract that, last year I actually bought some standing desks for both of my setups, so I'm not sitting for hours on end anymore. So now every time I record, I'm actually standing up, no matter how long I'm recording for. That's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm standing up as I'm recording this. And I actually feel a little bit more expressive whenever I'm standing and recording too, which is a positive side effect of doing it like this now, which is pretty cool. And I'll usually edit while sitting down though, because, you know, that's after standing for however many hours doing the off-camera work and recording and all that kind of stuff. So it's nice to kind of give my legs a little bit of a rest after that, but I'm doing what I can to try and not be sedentary with my lifestyle, because I know in the years past I did actually sit down for unhealthy amounts of time constantly, and that was not good at all. So I'm glad that I'm at least standing up during this instead of sitting down. Maybe someday I'll get like one of those treadmills or something like that to put up my desk and I'll start running or something like that while recording. That would be crazy hearing that in the background. No, I'm just joking. But hey, I hope this gives you a little bit of an insight into what usually goes into my videos and how long it can actually take. It's certainly not just me opening up a game and recording 30 to 40 minutes and then straight up uploading that footage and taking the rest of the day off, because I wish it was that easy. Anyways, our next question comes from Discord Developers Member, and they ask, what do you think about doing Overwatch as members-only videos on the weekends? Can you do like one video per week of Overwatch on weekends? No, I'm not really interested in Overwatch. I actually talked to you about this on the server when you asked this, but you know, I'm not even really into competitive shooters in general. So, but you're right. I do need to do more members-only videos. I only have like one video right now, and it's been like that for I don't even know if I upload that last year or the year before. I forget. It's been so long. 2020 was crazy. But either way, with my new upload schedule, you know, hopefully I'll be able to work on more of these members-only videos. And you know, I even still have some unreleased Golf It that I recorded like, what, in 2018 or something like that with Whipper that I could edit and upload alongside that other members-only Golf It video that I have. So hey, that's definitely a possibility. I don't know about doing like scheduled members-only videos, like, you know, like you said, like one video a week. I don't know about doing that though. You know, I don't want to overwork myself again so soon after giving myself this new schedule, so I'll definitely have to try and work on some of these members-only videos when I have the time to do it, but I'm not going to push myself to do like one per week or anything like that. I'll definitely have to try and do this when I have extra time, just like the stuff on the weekends. I haven't had extra time to do the Minecraft dungeons or the Totally Accurate Battle Simulator on the weekends. But hey, maybe with my new upload schedule, I'll finally be able to do that. And speaking of my new upload schedule, our next question comes from Wolf City on our Discord server. And they ask, with the new schedule, will you be doing 35 to 40-minute videos consistently, or will you try to keep them under 30 minutes? Well, it all depends on what I'm doing in the recordings, but I really do want to cut down on all the extra long videos that I've been doing lately. You know, like extra long videos like 45 plus minutes, because of course they take a lot longer to make, and like I just went through a couple questions back, that could really make the whole video production process that much longer if a video's that much longer, right? You know, that's time I could be using to work on other videos, like actually uploading those bonus series I want to do on the weekends, like I said, Minecraft Dungeons and Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, hey, maybe even more members-only videos too. And longer videos actually hurt my channel in the long run, because, you know, the longer a video is, the less people that are able to watch the whole thing, which YouTube really doesn't like. They really don't like when people click off of videos. So hopefully, when I get more acquainted with my new upload schedule, I'll get back to uploading the, primarily 30 to 40 minute videos. And hey, hopefully I'll have some extra time to finally get Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, Minecraft Dungeons, maybe more members-only videos up as well on the weekends. So hopefully I can settle into my new upload schedule here and start getting those going soon. And our next question comes from Blazers21 on our Discord server, and they ask, what are your future projects? You can actually tune into these channel updates and see what my future plans are for stuff, like I mentioned them in the future series section, and there are timestamps in the video description and the pinned comment where you can kind of skip around to that if you're interested. But real quick, I guess I'll just go over what I'm going to be mentioning in this video. Future plans are, starting up Breathedge, or at least getting that pilot episode out. I definitely want to check up on that. ARK Genesis Part 2 is currently set for May 26th, so a couple weeks after Subnautica Below Zero. ARK Genesis Part 2 is supposedly going to come out. Who knows if it's going to get delayed again? And then I might actually end up making a pilot episode of a game called Valheim, which is really intriguing. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. And you could actually, like I mentioned earlier, you could skip to the time code by checking the video description or the pinned comment, and you could skip to that part of the video and just watch whatever you're interested in. That's why I set those time codes down there. That's basically what I have planned for right now. And our last question this month comes from the doctor on our Discord server, and they ask, do you find associating with a younger audience frustrating or endearing? I only ask because of the echelon of members that make up your community, and I'm curious to know where you mentally stand on the subject. Basically, do you feel like it's constraining? I really don't see myself associating with one particular audience. Like, I try to purposely play a good variety of different games because, I'd hate to stick to just one type of game, right? Like that, So doing that brings in a variety of different people who watch. Like right now I'm playing Slime Rancher, which is rated E for everyone. I'm playing ARK Survival Evolved, which is rated T for teen, and Cyberpunk, which is rated M for mature, so I'm all across the board with those three games right there. And just so happens that most of my views come from the more family-friendly games that I play, like Slime Rancher, Bugsnax, Minecraft, likely because it appeals to a much wider audience. Therefore, you'll get a lot more younger people watching because of that too. Now, do I find it frustrating? I don't really think so. Would it be nice to have my Cyberpunk videos get the same amount of views as my Slime Rancher videos? Yeah, of course. But I'm aware that different games attract different audiences, and therefore, the different series on my channel get different amounts of views. You guys will see that. Cyberpunk maybe gets like 1,000 views a video, ARK maybe like 3,000 or 4,000, and Slime Rancher like 10,000 or something like that. And I'm completely okay with that because, if I could play different games on my channel, that makes it less likely for me to get burnt out on YouTube, which is very common. You always see YouTubers being like, oh, I need to take a break, I need to do this and that, because I'm burnt out on YouTube. Variety is the spice of life, and if you do too much of the same thing, you'll get burnt out on it, just like I mentioned earlier with Minecraft Modded. But overall, I don't really mind having most of my views come from a younger audience, because I've actually read countless comments from people saying they started watching my channel when they're this old, and now they're this old, and my channel was basically their childhood, and hearing something like that more than makes up for the negative side effects of that, in my opinion. So I don't really mind it at all, and if anything, it's actually a pretty endearing thing. So that's going to be it for all the Syrup Squad Q&A stuff for this month. Now we can move on to the channel updates, which isn't really anything right now. I guess if anything, I hit 460,000 subscribers, which is kind of a minor thing, but I'd rather consider like 500,000 as like a bigger milestone to really talk about, honestly. But either way, I want to talk about the schedule update because it was a pretty major one that I mentioned last month, where I wanted to kind of change my schedule around to where I have at least one day off a week, so I'm not overworking myself or anything like that. I'll be able to get videos out a little bit more consistently because I'm not working on as many videos constantly every single day. I actually went back to my upload schedule, like archives, and I thought I had like at least one day off per week, like maybe a couple of years ago, like maybe 2017 or something like that. I don't think I've had one day off per week uploading since like maybe 2015 or maybe earlier. Like, it's kind of crazy, you guys. So thankfully I switched over to this new upload schedule where I get at least one day off per week. I know I got some comments that we got saying take 2 days off a week, but I'll at least slowly transition into one day off per week. Maybe sometime in the future I can switch to 2 days off a week. But for right now, just one day off per week, just to let me rest and prevent myself from getting overworked and burnt out. And thank you guys all very much for the supportive comments saying, supporting me and changing my upload schedule to do this, because uploading less videos of course hurts my channel because I'm not uploading as many videos, not getting as many views. But to see all you guys supporting my new upload schedule, it was really good. It was really nice. And honestly, I think taking the one day off per week and getting that rest and preventing any burnout or anything like that, that definitely outweighs any, you know, loss in views that I'll be getting from uploading less videos and getting less views. I think it definitely outweighs that. So in the long run, definitely think this 1 day off per week is a good thing. And I really don't mind if my views go down a little bit because of it. And hey, because I'm uploading a little bit less and I finally have 1 day off per week and I'm preventing that burnout, if I have extra time, like I mentioned earlier, to make any videos, hopefully I can make those Minecraft dungeons or tabs videos on the weekend. It's just that, you know, I've only had this upload schedule like for 2 or so weeks now because, you know, we just finished Terraria and that was the perfect time to kind of start this new schedule because we just finished up a game. So I've only had this schedule for like 2 or so weeks. So I really want to get adjusted to the new reduced schedule. And then hopefully I'll be able to get some bonus videos out on the weekends. But I'll still try not to burn myself out on that stuff or overwork myself or anything like that. Don't you guys worry. But either way, that's the new upload schedule. Mondays, no longer uploading any videos because I'll be taking a day off on that day. I'm actually completely avoiding like anything YouTube related on that day at all, except for maybe I'll read some comments or answer some questions. And of course, I'm on the Discord server talking to you guys over there as well. But in terms of like actually producing, uploading, editing videos, all that stuff, I'm completely avoiding all that on Mondays, which is really, really good. Anyways, that's going to be it for all the channel updates for this month. Now we can move on to the series updates. So some minor updates to some games I've played before on the channel, because some new stuff has come out for them. So the Outer Worlds, they have their second DLC. You guys remember, we played the Outer Worlds, I think in 2019 into 2020. And then late 2020, like fall or something like that, they came out with their first DLC called Peril on Gorgon. And that was like a 30 or so episode series on its own. And they recently came out with the second DLC, like I mentioned, called Murder on Eridanos. That came out, I think, like 2 or so weeks ago by now. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to be playing it right now. Like, maybe I'll be playing it in the future, but right now, it's not really a priority, especially with my newly changed upload schedule. We don't really have anywhere to play it right now. And same thing goes for the Planet Zoo Southeast Asia pack. That came out today, actually. The day I'm recording this channel update came out today. I haven't checked it out at all, besides, you know, it's Southeast Asia Animal Pack, so obviously they're adding some animals. I don't know if they're adding any new scenarios. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like they added one new scenario at least, so that's interesting. Set in the heart of Perak, Malaysia. Interesting there. So that's really cool. I don't think they added a scenario for the Australia one that came out a few months ago, so that's good. But like I said with the Outer Worlds DLC, I won't be playing this right now. You know, I still need to return to the Planet Zoo main game as well and finish up those last couple scenarios before I play anything new like the Southeast Asia pack like that. But hey, if you guys are interested in me playing some more Planet Zoo in the future or Outer Worlds here in the future, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. You guys really help out with, you know, gauging interest on whether or not I should do something. So if you guys want me to do that, then hey, let me know in the comments down below. Planet Zoo DLC, Outer Worlds DLC. Let me know if you guys would like to see either one of those, or maybe both. Just let me know in the comments down below. And our next series update is that I finished Terraria. This was pretty huge, you guys. Like, we technically beat the game, I'd say like maybe a month or 2 ago or something like that, whenever we beat the Moon Lord boss. But ever since then, I was doing some like post Moon Lord stuff, you know, trying to get achievements, trying to finish. I think we beat like 1 or 2 bosses that we hadn't beat before we actually beat the Moon Lord, which was really cool. And then we even, like I said, we started to do a bunch of achievements and actually got almost all of them. Like, we basically beat the entire game, except for getting like 5 or so achievements, which is crazy for my first ever full playthrough of Terraria. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. That is just crazy, you guys. I'm definitely looking forward to starting a modded season 2 sometime. Like, I know I'm always getting comments from you guys asking, hey, when's it going to start? Are you going to do a modded season 2? All that kind of stuff. And honestly, I was looking into it and I was considering, like, should I play it like right now? Well, it's T mod loader is like 1.3 point whatever it is right now, or should I wait until it updates to 1.4? And I honestly think I'm going to wait until the T mod loader mod thing updates to 1.4. You know, that way we don't miss out on anything. I do know that if you're playing modded, apparently it disables achievements, so I guess we'll have to get those like 5 or so remaining achievements, maybe in like some bonus episodes for season 1 or something like that, I guess. So I guess you can look forward to that sometime here in the future. Who knows when T mod loader is going to update to 1.4, so whenever that happens, hey, maybe we'll start up season 2 sometime and start playing around with a bunch of those mods, because you guys keep on suggesting it, and I'm very interested in playing it and seeing how much different playing modded Terraria is compared to playing it vanilla It sounds amazing, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys are asking for Season 2 of Terraria, modded Terraria, most likely going to be waiting until Tmod Loader updates to 1.4, whenever that's going to be. There's not really a date or anything like that set right now, unfortunately. Anyways, that's going to be it for all the series updates. Now we can move on to the future series. And our first future series I want to talk about is Breathedge again. I think we talked about it either last month or the month before, I forget. But you know, I've been getting a lot of comments of you guys asking about it, because I think last month I said I finally want to try it out, I want to play it, I want to see what it's all about. And you know, I wanted to get a pilot episode out this past month, but never got around to doing it. You know, like I said earlier, I'm still adjusting to the new schedule, but definitely want to get it out soon though. Maybe not this weekend, but hopefully next weekend, when hopefully I'm a little bit more acquainted with the schedule. And hey, you know, this weekend I do have some surprise videos going up, so definitely look forward to that, you guys. But in terms of starting Breathedge, hopefully going to get a pilot episode out next weekend, where we can kind of delve into it and play it for like 30-40 minutes or something like that, see what the game is about, see if it's interesting to me and see if it's interesting to you guys, and whether or not you guys would want me to make it a full series. It's a really cool idea I want to do here in the future on my channel, doing more of these pilot videos. And next up, ARK Genesis Part 2 is currently set for May 26th, 2021, or maybe June 26th or something. Who knows? It might get delayed again. ARK DLCs are always getting delayed, so I'm always just thinking, okay, May? Okay, it's actually coming out in June. Oh, June? Oh, it's actually coming out in July. Like, yeah, that's just how I have to think now, because it always gets delayed. Because I'm pretty sure it was originally supposed to be spring 2021, so you kind of think, okay, maybe that's March, maybe April. But no, it's about as far deep into spring as possible, being May 26th, with only like 3 weeks of spring until it turns to summer. At least in the northern hemisphere here, you know. But you know, I've been having a lot of fun with ARK Valhalla right now, and so are you guys. So I'm most likely not going to be playing ARK Genesis Part 2 immediately after it releases, especially if it actually does come out in March or May 26th, because if it did come out that soon, I'd most likely have to put Valhalla on hold yet again to play ARK Genesis, and you know, I'd hate to do that because we're having so much fun in ARK Valhalla right now, especially because we just recently got rid of Pugnation, and that helped the Primal Fear mod kind of spread its wings, I guess you can call it. And a lot more stuff is happening in that series now that we got rid of Pugnation, which no drama against Pugnation or anything like that. It's just that you can't really have two of those mods in the same game without, you know, being some conflicts between the two of them, unfortunately. But hey, maybe by the time ARK Genesis Part 2 comes out, we'll have made some substantial progress in Valhalla, you know, killing all the high tier bosses and whatnot, and it actually makes sense to, you know, finish up Valhalla and start ARK Genesis Part 2. But you know, like I said, you know, that's like 2 months into the future right now. Who knows what we're going to be doing by then, right? But definitely let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below, whether or not I should put ARK Valhalla on hold to start ARK Genesis Part 2, or should I just kind of wait a couple weeks for ARK Genesis Part 2 to kind of settle in and them to fix some bugs and continue playing Valhalla for a few weeks until, you know, we've basically done everything in there, and then we can start ARK Genesis Part 2. That's honestly how I'm thinking about doing it. I think I'm going to wait a few weeks, maybe a month or something like that, after Genesis Part 2 comes out before actually playing it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And our last future series of this month that I want to talk about is I'm thinking about making a pilot episode for a game called Valheim someday. You know, I'm definitely wanting to do more of these pilot episodes, even though I haven't even done one yet. Like, the idea is just so... It's just such a good idea, you know? It lets me check out a game and see how I like it and see how you guys like it, without even making it an official series just yet. Just kind of dipping our toes into the game, seeing if we like it, and if we don't like it, hey, we don't have to play it. And if we do like it, then, hey, maybe we'll start it here sometime in the future. That's just kind of my idea behind this whole pilot episode thing. And I really think doing this will help me, you know, try out all kinds of different games, since I won't have to commit to playing every single game that I start, you know? Like, if I do a pilot episode of a game and I don't like it, I don't have to continue playing it. While if I do like it, then, you know, maybe I'll continue playing it, especially if you guys like it too. But either way, back to this Valheim game. It's been actually suggested to me very, very frequently over the past month or two or something like that. I think it actually came out in like early February into early access, and you know, it caught my interest when it really blew up on Twitch, and I saw a bunch of people talking about it and playing it and all that kind of stuff. Actually, some friends were messaging me about it as well, asking if I've ever played it, and I haven't played it just yet, unfortunately. But it's an open world survival crafting game, if you guys are wondering. I'm hopefully playing some trailer footage on the screen right now, and it's weird. It's very interesting to me because of the games I play on my channel, as you guys know. It's kind of like ARK, and it's also kind of like 3D Terraria, which is a really prestigious way to describe the game now that I've beaten Terraria, to be quite honest. But it seems like what ARK should be. You know, it seems like you could fight a bunch of like bosses and stuff like that, while ARK, you know, there's like one boss per DLC or maybe 3 mini bosses that kind of add up to one boss or something like that. It's definitely up my alley, I'll tell you that much. But like I said, it is an early access though. You know, I usually avoid early access games, but hey, with this new like pilot episode thing that I'm wanting to start doing, it might be the perfect game to try out for it and, you know, see what it's like. Let me just read a little description of it real quick so you guys can get a little idea of what this game is about. Valheim, a brutal exploration and survival game for 1 to 10 players set in a procedurally generated purgatory inspired by Viking culture. Battle, build, and conquer your way through a saga worthy of Odin's patronage. A battle-slain warrior, the Valkyries, have ferried your soul to Valheim, the 10th Norse world, besieged by creatures of chaos and ancient enemies of the gods. You are the newest custodian of the primordial purgatory, tasked with slaying Odin's ancient rivals and bringing order to Valheim. Your trials begin at the disarmingly peaceful center of Valheim, but the gods reward the brave and glory awaits. Venture forth through imposing forests and snow-capped mountains, explore and harvest more valuable materials to craft deadlier weapons, sturdier armor, Viking strongholds and outposts, and build a mighty longship and sail the great oceans in search of exotic lands, but be wary of sailing too far. Ooh. Definitely let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Are you interested in seeing me play it? Should I check out Valheim with a pilot episode someday? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, because I really do think this game is up my alley with, you know, all the other stuff I play on the channel. It seems really, really cool, and of course I got a lot of comments already asking for me to play it, so let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think about this game, and do you want me to do a pilot episode of it someday, because I definitely want to try it out and see what it's like. But anyways, that's going to be it for the channel update for March 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you guys did, be sure to let me know by leaving a like down below. While you're down there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so YouTube sends you a notification as soon as I upload a new video so you never miss one, especially with those new pilot videos I want to start doing. You guys don't want to miss that because we're going to be checking out some new games, seeing what they're all about. I really want to get you guys' opinion on them, and of course you'll get my opinion on them as well. Because hey, if you guys like a game and I like a game, it'd make a perfect series on the channel, and I think that's how things are going to start working here on the channel, you guys, instead of me just starting a series just out of the blue anymore. Maybe I'll start doing that with everything I start playing, like Subnautica Below Zero, maybe those DLCs for the Outer Worlds and Planet Zoo, this Valheim game, of course, maybe even ARK Genesis Part 2, maybe I'll do a pilot episode of that as soon as it comes out, see what you guys think, see what I think. Whether or not to replace Valguero, that might be the best way to do it, honestly. And of course, maybe next weekend or something like that, I definitely want to get a pilot episode out for Breathedge, you know, that game that's like Subnautica in space with that weird like chicken that I showed last month or something like that. I definitely want to see what that game's all about, so you guys won't want to miss any of the stuff coming up here on the channel, and if you click that bell down below, you won't miss any of it. But anyways, thank you guys all very much for watching this channel update for March 2021. I'll be uploading yet another channel update next month to keep you guys in the know with all the happenings here on the channel. But until then, thank you guys all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys here next time with some more awesome videos. Oh, bye there.